Por la esquina de un viejo barrio la vi pasar. Oh, hello. My name is Stella V and I'm your Starseed priestess here at Light of She. Welcome. Super excited. I'm going to go ahead and wait. Hello. Are you able to see me? Hi. Hello. Are y'all able to see me? I feel like I'm lagging a little bit, so just let me know if I'm kind of lagging so I can hop off and come back on. We're doing a little salsa today. Hey. Y'all don't know. I'm in a whole vibe. We're going to talk about this astrology. We're going to talk about everything. Let me see. I'm trying to put up this TV. It's not listening to you. Hey. Okay. I'm definitely lagging. Let me know if y'all can see me well on that end. Like, am I lagging on that end? And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If y'all can see me good, I'm just gonna try to ignore the fact that I'm lagging. It's really annoying, but I'm gonna try to work with it. Hey. I love it. Greatest Rising. Yo, let's celebrate life this weekend, okay? I'm so with it. So, we have a lot of action happening. First of all, welcome. Welcome to this beautiful Saturday. Welcome to this beautiful weekend, okay? I hope you are excited as the times are getting closer to that Aquarius full moon that's happening on the 22nd. As we go through this cycle, okay, we are going to start experiencing a little bit of tightness, okay? Specifically from like now to Wednesday, it's gonna get a little bit tighter, a little bit heavier. There's gonna be a little bit more of resistance, so hang in there. I promise it does get better, okay? If you have been feeling in like a weird state, or you've been in this, I feel like we're all in the hangman as a collective right now. We're in that hangman position where, you know, we're really just contemplating and waiting for things to fall into place for us to make our next moves, okay? So we have the sun at 8 degrees in Leo. We have the moon at 9 degrees in Taurus today. Mercury at 7 degrees in Leo. Venus at 11 degrees of Virgo. Mars at the 1st degree of Virgo. That's important. We'll talk about that. We have Jupiter at 29 degrees of Aquarius. We have Saturn at 10 degrees of Aquarius. Both Saturn and Jupiter, remember, are retrograde. So, you know, that's definitely impacting the collective at this moment. We have Uranus at 14 degrees of Taurus. Neptune at 22 degrees of Pisces in retrograde. And Pluto also in retrograde at 25 degrees of Capricorn. Now, there's a lot of things going on. I always like to take a look. Okay, I think I went in and out for a little bit. Let me know if you all can see me. Can you all still see me? Hi. Okay, let me know if y'all can still see me. I know my connection kind of went in and out. So, I like to take a look at the degrees for those of you who are learning about astrology or trying to get into astrology. The degrees are very important. And if you notice, the degrees go from like 1 degree to like 29 degrees, 30 degrees. I believe it's 29 degrees or 30 degrees. I'll remember. But, so each degree matters. Each degree has a significance. And obviously, when we think about numbers in numerology, 1 is always new beginnings. Hey, love. Welcome to the weekly astrology. We got a lot of things going on. Thanks for hopping on. So 1 is always new beginnings, right? It's the beginning of that sign's evolution in astrology. And then the ending is always like the outcome, the what it is that we are expecting to become, right, towards the very end. So every single zodiac sign in the astrology chart has that aspect of the 1 through the very end. And as you understand the evolution of each zodiac and the processes that each zodiac goes through, then you start to make the connections with the planets. Now, what I'm seeing here is that we do have a lot of our degrees in the last decan, which means there's a lot of endings happening. I don't know if y'all can see me, which means hello, beautiful. Hi, Tiff. Skincare by Tiff. make sure you check her out. She's doing her thing, okay? I love you. So anytime I see a lot of numbers in the end of the degrees, like towards anywhere between 20 and 30, I start to think about things being wrapped up. I start to think about things coming to an end. I start to think about things just, finally coming to a close, right? And what I see is a lot of new beginnings and a lot of endings, because there are also a lot of numbers between the 1 and the 10, which is like that first decan, okay? Or decan, depending how you say it. But so just a brief explanation, just so that I want to, educate y'all as I go, so y'all can understand what I'm talking about, all right? So today on Saturday, we do have the sun oppose Saturn. And again, that's going to happen Saturday through Wednesday. Hello, beautiful. Hi. That's going to be happening Saturday through Wednesday. Welcome to your weekly forecast. The heat's going to be turning up from Saturday to Wednesday. There's going to be, this is where we feel most of our resistance, most of the power struggles. This is where we're going to be feeling it this week from Saturday to Wednesday. Things are going to feel harder. Things that are usually really easy or come super easy to us will feel, even then, it'll feel with resistance. So just be patient with, the transit as it goes through. Be patient with yourself and be patient with those things that you have no control over at this time. For some of you, it's about learning when to push, when to be assertive, when to move forward, right? And for others of you, it's about learning when to leave things alone, okay? When to be patient, when to allow things to happen or come to you. So that's super important. That's definitely a lesson to be assessed from Saturday to Wednesday. We also have today, we have Mars and Jupiter squaring Lilith. Both Mars is squaring Lilith and Jupiter is also squaring Lilith. So Mars being at 1 degree of Virgo is becoming a conduit for suppression, right? We are definitely in this space. These transits put you in a space where you start to suppress a lot of the things. It's the hermit mode, right? We know Virgo in tarot for the hermit mode, for being in hermit mode, for going through this space of darkness before it finds clarity. So this whole Mars and Jupiter square Lilith, and Lilith isn't really an aspect, but it's more like a feeling that's in the air, like it's just there. It's creating an impact, right? So you're gonna be feeling this need to want to be respected. I almost feel like y'all are gonna be wanting to seek respect in the wrong things. So just be mindful of where you are asserting yourself. Hello, beautiful. Oh, hey. Okay, so just be mindful of where you are asserting yourself. Be mindful of how you are trying to receive that self-respect, right? Because you're going to be really wanting to fight for yourself, for your self-respect. There's a part of you with these transits squaring Lilith that, you're going to really be wanting to just protect yourself, be in a defensive mode. That's kind of what Lilith does. Lilith will destroy anything that comes for her. Lilith doesn't play. Okay, and Lilith also won't be fooled by anybody. Okay, Lilith is very aware of what is going on, and Lilith is not afraid to exert her wrath on anyone that imposes on that. So this is where you want to be careful, because if you're having all of this resistance from Saturday to Wednesday, okay, there could be, some of the resistance could be coming from those internal power struggles where, you're having something externally challenge something that you're feeling inside. So you want to be careful with conflict resolution, okay? You want to be mindful that you're not in a space where you're not listening to others, where you're stuck in your own perspective, okay? That can be your biggest enemy right now, and that's really, this transit is really affecting today. But I also want to say it's kind of because it's Jupiter in the mix, it's going to be a few days where this transit is going to be kind of in the glimpse, in the air. So the best thing that I can tell you, collective, with this transit with Lilith, is be mindful that you're not turning selfish, right? Be mindful that in in the mode of defense, because if you think about it, you don't even really have a reason to defend yourself. You just feel the need to gain self-respect in other aspects because you feel hurt about something else, or because you feel wounded about something else. So you want to be mindful that you are correctly placing your emotions at this time and correctly naming those emotions too. Okay, don't get so caught up in the emotion that you become defensive about every single thing around you, because now you're sensitive. Now you're extremely sensitive and you're vulnerable, and you're left without defenses because you're kind of in a space where you're fighting about everything and you're not really receptive to anything. So don't put yourself in that predicament. I mean, you can if you want to, but I would say don't, right? Also, there's a possibility with this transit that you become so committed to your beliefs that you don't even care to be right anymore. Okay, and that's another thing you want to be careful about, is reassess your beliefs, reassess your values. Do your beliefs still match your new version? What are you looking for? Okay, do your beliefs still match it? And are there parts of your belief that have now been proven wrong? Are there parts of your belief that you no longer believe in anymore? Do you have to get rid of that? Right? There needs to be some kind of switch up that happens. Also, one thing I want you to remember during this transit is that self-control is not limiting. When you have all of these squares to Lilith, you can start to feel like even when you try to discipline yourself, never mind somebody else disciplining you, but even when you try to discipline yourself, you feel like you're limiting yourself. You feel like you're restricting yourself. You feel like, even when you try to tell yourself like, no, don't spend money, there's going to be that part of you that's like, well, YOLO, or like, I only live once, and you're gonna want to make an excuse for that. Don't. Remember that self-control is not limiting at this time. There's going to be a really big part of you that's going to try to convince you that the discipline that you have is wrong, or the discipline that you have has not been serving you. So use discernment in this sense, okay, to identify which disciplines need to go, like which habits need to go, and which disciplines you feel like now, you need to really hone in on, you really need to master, you really need to take the reins on. These next 2 weeks, like I said, are gonna be that hangman energy, because we're all waiting for things to fall into place for us to figure out what our next move is going to be, or how that next move is going to look, how it will be executed. Okay, so there is a difference between self-control and limiting yourself, and you're gonna have to use discernment and figure this out. What is self-control and what is really limiting you? I'm gonna stay on here. Today we also have Venus quincunx Saturn. This is another transit that's gonna be lasting a few days. So this is okay. So this is one of those transits where you're kind of uncomfortable with being pleasured. You're kind of uncomfortable with being pampered, but it's because you're so focused on career and business. You're so focused on, what you're going to do to thrive, what you're going to do next. So there could be possible shutdowns on intimacy if you're in a couple, or if you're coupled up, and y'all are just not, sex is just not working out for the day. That's okay. Don't be too upset. It's the transit. It's not you. You're good. So we have Sunday coming up with the Neptune sextile Pluto. Now, Neptune, as y'all know, is at 22 degrees in Pisces. It is retrograde in Pisces, so it's doing its thing. And then we have Pluto, who's also going retrograde. So this is about being unafraid to take risks. Okay, this is about taking the plunge. This is about moving forth. This is about old habits dying and you not looking back. Okay, now with this being retrograde, I can see it come up for some of you as, you know, you contemplating on moments in which you should have done that for yourself. You contemplating on moments in which you should have taken those power moves, because the retrograde does that to you, right? The retrograde is about going inward and really thinking about what has happened, okay, and putting that forward. Now you can use those lessons and move forward with that, right? So this Neptune and then Pluto, so these degrees with Neptune and Pluto, this is very much the diamonds are made by pressure, right? Diamonds are made by pressure. This is applying that pressure. That Neptune at 22 degrees in Pisces is a lot of pressure. It's kind of just like, how low can we go? Okay? How much can we squeeze? And the Neptune and Pluto at 25 degrees of Capricorn, it's about the programmings and dismantling the programmings. And now that we're going retrograde, we're gonna get we're seeing through a lens what these programmings are, okay? But it's about, who do you serve? Who is your master? And if your response is anybody else but you, that's your problem. Okay? That's your problem. Now, the sun is going to be squaring Uranus on Sunday, and this is meant for rebellious, out-of-the-box thinking. Put your thinking cap on that day. Sunday, you want to get moving forward on a creative project. Sunday is your day. Okay, put your thinking cap on. Go ahead and allow those creative juices to flow. Do some solar plexus opening and allow that creative juice to flow, because that is a great day for manifesting, for looking at things. And so is Friday, but we're going to talk about that. Now, we have the moon conjunct Uranus. There's a lot of action happening with Uranus on Sunday. Yes, tomorrow. Yo, listen, all my days are off. I thought yesterday was Saturday. Okay? Don't mind me. So, moon conjunct Uranus. This could bring on some sudden events tomorrow. This could bring on sudden changes in connections and relationships and thought forms and ideas. You might all of a sudden change your mind. Okay, the moon is also moving into Gemini. So that does bring a little bit of indecision, or not even indecision, but just that duality and looking at things from two different aspects, and really weighing out certain options. Hi, gorgeous. Really weighing out certain options, really weighing out where you're going next. What are you going to be doing next, right? So, and that's the big question for everybody right now. This is where we're all, the whole collective, and it doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum, what you're doing. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about astrology, and it's what I love about astrology, is that right there in the nitty-gritty, we always find the oneness for the collective. We always find that one thing that the collective can all agree upon. And right now, it's this hanged man energy. Where do we go next? What is going to happen? What are seeds? You know, are they going to grow correctly? You know, all of this, and it's for everyone on many different aspects and many different spectrums. Was there anything going on this past Thursday? Oh, yeah. Well, so I can't say for sure for this past Thursday, because I'll be honest, I wasn't looking at the astrology all week, but I did feel the energy. I'll have to look back and take a look at what was going on, because I did feel for sure like a massive shift. I pulled Wheel of Fortune and Hanged Man. Yes. And you know what? Hanged Man is also Virgo energy. And I do feel like Virgo is going to be having a big say in this Leo season, and it has been, right? Because we have been having some of our planets transiting through Virgo. We have Venus, we have Mars in Virgo right now, and Mars just started its transit through Virgo because Mars is at 1 degree. That Mars in Virgo is like I said, you're either settling for the identities that people have applied to you, or you're becoming a completely different identity. Regardless, it's all about the suppression. It's all about, you know, you're coming into the state of suppression for a blow up. Okay, but it's all about the release of the suppression. What have you been suppressing? Have you been suppressing the part of you that wants to come out and wants to flourish? Or have you been suppressing the part of you that really internalizes, you know, the identities that other people have given to you? Because either or, it's really gonna show. it's really going to start to show. And I think that Venus, you know, at 11th degree of Virgo, you know, it's really about sometimes what's good for you is bad for someone else. And it's about having to make those decisions of, you know, either you come to a compromise and you come to an agreement of what's going to work for everybody, or you just take the road where you have to be a little bit selfish and you have to do what's best for you, knowing that it's the game of, knowing that it's part of the karmic cycles that we have to complete. We don't always win, and that's the truth. It's an unfortunate one, but it's the truth. And sometimes it's a matter of accepting losses. And the moment you stop looking at losses as losses, they stop feeling like a loss. Because the moment you start looking at your losses like a lesson or like a part of your karmic cycles and a part of your karmic completions, then they don't hurt as bad, because now instead of hurting, you can seek understanding. And there's so much consolation in understanding. So these are part of these really big questions that are going to be coming in this week. I said last week that the nodes were going to be playing heavy, and the nodes, you know, are in Gemini. We are having the moon moving into Gemini this week. So a lot of communication, a lot of conversation coming to the forefront, and a lot of it is internal, right? When we think about Gemini in the tarot deck, it's all about the mind. We think about swords, all about the mind. So there's a lot of mental work happening. On Monday, you will have Mercury opposing Saturn. The moon moves into Gemini, and it'll be at 3 degrees of Gemini. So these are serious conversations about your next move. You know, you're seeking feedback. You're asking a bunch of people a bunch of questions to, you know, gain some kind of clarity. I don't know what you're looking for. But whatever it is, don't make a decision on Monday. Don't make any decisions on Monday. Wait. Okay? And also, I would say disarm your expectations. Some of you are seeking answers, already expecting an answer. And even then, you're manipulating the answer, right? Because if we're all powerful people and the mind moves, and the mind has the power to manipulate, and we know that from manifestations, right? If you go seeking answers and already thinking you know the answer, then you're going to continue to get the same result. But if you go seeking the answer with an open mind of all the answers that you might receive, then that changes everything, because now you can find a difference in every response that you get, instead of arriving at the same conclusion because it's the conclusion you already preset in your mind. You see where we kind of screw ourselves over when we go looking for answers sometimes? So are you really looking for answers, or are you just looking for validation of your own thoughts? Monday, disarm your expectations. Okay? Tuesday, the moon is at 14 degrees and it's squaring Neptune. So it's at 14 degrees of Gemini squaring Neptune. And here I'm going to tell y'all, don't let your empathy cloud your perception. Okay, on Tuesday, you might come across, or somebody might come on your path, or you might come across a situation where you feel bad for someone, or something causes you to feel like you need to take an action based on empathy. Okay, hello beautiful, hi. Something causes you to take an action based on empathy. Okay, I'll tell you, you might think about, oh, the question that pops up might be, why not? Why shouldn't I do this? You know, what's keeping me from doing this? If you find yourself in that space, I'm going to tell you right now, stop. Okay? Because the moon square Neptune. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Oh, I'm so happy to have you join a live. Welcome. So the question here is, why not? Okay? And if you find yourself asking that about any kind of request or any kind of situation that comes up, okay, where you feel empathy or you feel like you need to take an action, okay, I would say take a step back and assess that, because that moon square Neptune can be very deceitful. Okay, it can be very manipulative sometimes. So I want to say take a step back, on Tuesday. If anything like that comes up, make sure you ask yourself the right questions. Make sure you ask the person the right questions, okay? And again, these are one of those moments where I would say don't make any decisions until you gain the clarity that you need to move forth on that decision, okay? Mars is opposed Jupiter. I will say, for those of you who are looking to make investments, Tuesday is a good day. Tuesday is looking like a nice day for you to make some investments. So go ahead. It's a very lucky transit to have Mars opposing Jupiter. It's like, when I think of Mars opposing Jupiter, it's like the fire feeding the expansion. So it's kind of, I always see it like this, and there's like a big bright light that, you know, expands on all horizons. So it's a lucky day. So if you want to go ahead and make an investment or whatever, I'm not a financial, don't quote me, but I would say that the stars support it. Okay, the stars support it. So Thursday, you have the moon at 26 degrees of Gemini. Again, you see how there's all that Gemini action and all that air action mental going through the week. So the moon is going to be at 26 degrees of Gemini, quincunx Pluto, who's at 25 degrees of Capricorn, going retrograde. Now, this is about Thursday. You're going to be feeling like something's off. Okay, you're probably going to be feeling like your timing is wrong. Something may fall through. If it does, that's okay. Let it. Okay. I would say be mindful of your insecurities. Check any insecurities you might have. Okay. Be mindful of how you speak. And here's the reason why I say that. So in this state, when things start to fall through, or in this state when you start to feel like timing is off, okay, if you start to feel like timing is off, this is your inner clock trying to take control of divine timing. And I need you to acknowledge that, right? So remember, timing is not yours for you to clock. It's not. It's not even meant to be clocked in the first place. We're not even going to talk about that because that's a whole matrix talk. But so your insecurities could come from the fact that these things fall through. It could come from the fact that these things are not happening fast enough, or they're not happening on your time. Okay, Thursday's gonna feel a little bit of pressure, and you have to be mindful of that, because people who you are addressing, people who you are having conversations about, especially if you are in business, okay, or if you are in negotiations, all right, it's gonna be coming off. Your insecurities will project as someone who has a different agenda than what they're saying, right? A completely different intent than what they're saying, and people won't trust what you're saying, right? So you want to make sure you remain genuine at all times. You want to make sure that even if you are having some kind of insecurity, if you're honest about that insecurity and you're forthcoming about that insecurity and you are self-aware, this will be a lot easier to manage, okay? Because now, you know, you revealing that kind of puts it on the table, and it allows for your genuine self, your higher self, to take over. It allows your higher self to make decisions from a space where you're not, you know, wounded, where you're not like, you know, doing things for a different reason, except for the one that you set out to do. So be mindful of your insecurities on Thursday. Distractions may come up. For those of you who are working or whatnot, you may be having some kind of distractions coming up. Okay, so be mindful of your distractions if you don't want to be distracted. Anybody coming in with some, you know, fuckboy energy or whatever the case may be, that's a distraction. Bye. Okay, so Friday, we're going to have Venus at 17 degrees of Virgo. It's going to be trining Uranus and Jupiter. So I love this aspect. This aspect is a very lucky, I don't know. Okay, we're back. So this aspect is a very lucky aspect. And again, a really good day for investments or for making moves. This is a great day for trying new things. This is a great day. Those of y'all who are looking for love, or those of y'all who are looking for romance, those of y'all who are looking, you know, to get a little, you know, all right. It's a good day. It's a good day for all of that. So go for it. Seek it. Find it. Because you'll get it. Okay? Money looks good for Friday. I love to see it. It's all about the blunt truth. That Venus at 17 degrees of Virgo is all about the blunt truth. The more honest you are, the more open you are, the more genuine you are, okay? That throat chakra, clear it up. Clear it up. Because that is going to help you bond with other people on Friday. That genuity, who you are as a person, okay, this light that you bring to this earth, okay, that is going to help you bond and bring things closer to you on Friday. This is a good day for manifestation boards on Friday, okay? I'm loving this energy. We also have the sun at 13 degrees of Leo conjunct Mercury at 17 degrees of Leo. So this is about your soul gifts, setting the prototype for the future, okay? What does the future look like for you right now in this space? In this space, now that you're hanging, now that you have the time, because you're still waiting on things to fall through, you're still waiting on things to land, okay, and things to finally grow. In this space, you now have the time to cultivate that new reality. What does it look like for you? Take the time now to build this new. You're just waiting on these other seeds. So now we got to start planning for the new seeds. The soul moves fast. Okay? So you want to share your goodness. Leos, I would say be careful. I know Leos, I'm going to say we because I have you. I'm a Leo in 3 places. All right. But we always have this thing where we kind of come off as show offs sometimes. People are like, oh, you're such a show off. You know, it's a Leo thing, whatever. All right. But you're going to want to share your goodness and your endeavors with everyone. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a bad idea to do it. It's not a bad idea to share your goodness and your endeavors with people at this time. Share them with people that you know support your dreams. On Friday, you know, it's a good time to get together with, you know, with your people and discuss those things. Discuss these goals, these big dreams, these aspirations. Don't talk about them with people who don't understand them, right? No caterpillar people. We're not talking to caterpillar people. We're talking to butterflies and fairies. We're not talking to caterpillars, okay? Caterpillars can have their own caterpillar talk. We passed that. We up here. All right? We can't help it if we are no, we can't. No, we can't. Hello? All this spiritual goodness, all this cosmic deliciousness, you got me messed up. So, yeah, share your beautiful goodness, share your endeavors, share your light. Okay, share that beautiful light, because Friday, everyone's going to be receptive to it. And you have no idea. You're like honey. What are you going to attract? Right? You're like honey. Shoot, add a little honey to your coffee. I've been doing that lately. I've been adding a little dash of like honey and cinnamon and nutmeg to my coffee. And God, it is like heavenly. It's so good. I don't even add milk. I used to drink my coffee black, but I'm a Care Bear. Yeah, you are. I love you. I have to get back to you, but I love you. Absolutely. We are here. Yo, honestly, you guys are the best. Y'all, I come here for y'all. Y'all know, like, y'all make my day, for real. Honey on the coffee, isn't it? It's amazing. I'm gonna just start adding. I have a list of things I want to try to add to my coffee now that I tried this, okay? Because you can't give me a finger, I'll take the whole arm. You know, I try one thing and it's good. Now I want to try all this other stuff. Alright, so let's do the collective read. And then we're going to do the usual individuals. And yeah, I'm excited. Yes. How y'all feeling? Okay. I don't know about you. I was real, like, down, upset for the past few weeks. And not even about anything, but just, like, you know, getting impatient with the universe. Because I'm like, okay, I did what you asked. Like, give me. Right? It's so bad to do that. Don't do that. Right? But I did it anyway. And, you know, the universe had to check me. And the universe was like, So here we are in a better state. I had to work with myself. Lavender and coffee, that sounds amazing. Oh, see, I haven't tried all of that. I love you guys. I was in that yeah, it was a vortex, right? I felt like I was like, no. You know, it's okay. The universe checked me. Took everything that I like every glimpse of the opportunity that I knew I had, the universe was like, you want to act ungrateful? We're not going to give you anything. And like withdrew a lot of things and like, or like held back a lot of things. And I was like, damn it. I was like, okay, mercy. I want it back. Uncle. Yes. No, these shifts. I'm gonna write a whole book on my Saturn return because this right here, do not recommend. I'm kidding. You know, the Saturn return is so necessary. Through a hole of garbage. Oh my god. That is insane. Somebody better write a book. Listen, your Saturn returns are meant to be epic though. I mean, if a Saturn return is not epic, something ain't right. You're not in alignment. If your Saturn return isn't like completely tearing you a new one, you're not in alignment. That's all I have to say. Okay. I'm hoping that they get better though. You're supposed to have like 3 in a lifetime, so I'm hoping it gets better. Something coming out of the box. Yeah, for sure. Alright, what is the lesson from a beautiful collective? Oh, whoa, let's call in space first. Alright, my beautiful beings, let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouths. Yes. Let's call in all of our beautiful guides, beings, ancestors, and all those that are here for the highest good and the highest good of the collective. I'm so grateful to be here as a vessel, transmuting energy and messages to my beautiful collective and sharing this space with y'all. Okay. All right. We thank you for all the messages and guidance. As above, so below. Ashe. Hello, beautiful. All right. So, what is the lesson for my beautiful collective? I do see some of... So, there is a door opening for some of you. I'm seeing some of you like not walking towards the door that is being opened for you. Some of you are turning down an opportunity that's been offered. I love y'all. Y'all give me this energy, okay? Y'all give me this energy. Yeah, I do feel like y'all are walking away from an opportunity that... I feel like this opportunity was a decent opportunity, or like it was an opportunity that was given. I think it was an opportunity you gave a lot of thought to and you decided to walk away. For whatever reason, it didn't feel genuine to you all, and there was something about it that made you walk away. Death in reverse. The lesson of death in reverse. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Did I not say that the beginning of the chart had a lot of endings and beginnings? Okay. But the lesson here is in reverse. So I think to me, this is about the anticipation of an ending, right? Or the anticipation of the new beginning. Because to me, having it hang in reverse, to me, the death card has always been about transitions and transformations. Having it in reverse feels like it's in suspense, right? Like it's hanging, like it's waiting, it's pending. So this is about the things that happen in the in-between, space. Okay, what happens in the in-between space? So let's see what happens in this in-between space. All right. Okay, Yo, so there definitely is whatever this opportunity was, it could have been about money, or it could have had something to do with like a stability or a form of stability that you've been offered. I feel like there was more than one person involved, but I feel like y'all walked away and you don't know this, but you're walking into your 10 of cups. It's really interesting. I'm gonna get more clarification on this. Because it's like, I don't know why I feel like the person who you're walking away from is joining you on your 10 of cups. Or like, or whatever you're walking away from ends up like being a part of the 10 of cups. It ends up, there's something here about emergence. Something ends up joining you anyway. The Magician. From the 10 to the 1. From the ending to the beginning. There's something here that comes full circle. Okay, I feel like this has to do with someone or something that was left behind. There's something here that's coming full circle. I feel like some of you are manifesting this to come back around, or to come full circle, to do the complete like cycle. But there was something here about this once bringing you emotional satisfaction, or maybe there was a thought here about it bringing you emotional satisfaction. And I feel like there's a new beginning here. There's either a new beginning with this same person or same situation, or there's Gemini energy here for sure. I see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So I do feel like this has to do with a transformation or a transition in a connection. Tell me more. I think for the collective, for some of y'all, wow, the Fool. Holy shoot. The new beginning card, the Fool. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, for sure, someone here seems to be taking a leap of faith. I feel like there's some kind of transition or something that happens. The Mage and the Fool are huge. First of all, they're both major arcana. Second of all, we're talking about 1 and 0, the new beginning. Okay, this is like you creating this new beginning on your own by taking a huge leap of faith, a huge risk. Wow. Okay, I'm with this. Bring me my 10 of cups. I'm about that life. Okay. Okay, so nurturing of bowls. Yeah. So this definitely, wow, look, and there's like couples here everywhere. I'm not saying this has to do with romance, but it does have to do with a collaboration and working with somebody. There's something here about community and building, okay? There's something here about committing to a group of people, or committing to, wow. There's somebody here who's like not gonna be expecting a turnaround of events, and it has to do with a partnership. It's not for everybody, but this has to do with a partnership. Somebody's having like somebody's gonna take a leap of faith, a change of heart, or somebody jumps into this after leaving that behind, because I also see that it's like there's this aspect here where somebody's left behind, or something is left behind, and then this could be that a financial burden gets lifted, right? This could be that a financial burden finally gets lifted, and as a result of that, you get your emotional happiness, okay? And I feel like you're that feeling that you have, that 10 of cups, that emotional happiness after this financial burden is lifted, or after, you know, it puts you in this state of prime creation. It puts you in this state of prime manifestation, the master manifester. This, to me, together, this is the master manifester. This is, I create and I take leaps of faith on the things that I create. Okay, hello, hi love, welcome. Okay, so And especially with the nurturing of bowls and the four of pipes, this is building, this is establishing stability, this is establishing community. Okay, so for some of you, it's a financial burden that gets lifted. For others, you're leaving something behind that was holding you back. And that lift of that brings you to that space where you're so emotionally satisfied, you feel confident enough to take a risk on yourself. And it works out. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right, what is in my collective see coming? What is in the shadows for my collective? That's dope. I'm having like a little bit of anxiety on me. Hi, peace, brother. How are you? All right, I'm a little hyped. So it's time to be brave. It's time to be brave. Okay, take a leap. That's what y'all don't see coming. That it's gonna be time to be brave. So for some of you, this energy also gives me this. Like I said, this is something you don't see coming. This is something y'all may be being handed with an opportunity that you didn't see coming. For building, for coming into collaboration with somebody. Okay, some of y'all are gonna have to take a risk, and maybe, you know, this is a risk that you're gonna be thinking a lot about whether or not you should like go through. Oh yes, brother, same to you. Same to you. Prayers, sending love. So yeah, I feel like for some of you all, you know, and look, there's a truth sword here. Were we not talking about swords and truth and all that earlier? Okay, so I feel like somebody is gonna have to be brave. For some of you, this opportunity, and remember I said someone is walking away from an opportunity, so this opportunity may be coming up, and for some of you, you'll have to be brave and speak the truth on how you feel about this opportunity, and make the decision to walk away from the opportunity in that truth. Okay, for others of you, this opportunity comes along, and you know, you'll have to be brave and take the leap and go on that journey through that portal as a part of like honoring your truth, because it's what you want, right? So interesting collective. That is interesting for sure. And that's a 20, right? That has to do with collaborative work, working together, duality. What else do we have for my beautiful collective for this week? Some of y'all may find connection to an individual through work, through a work that you're doing together, through a collaborative effort that you're doing together. Some of y'all may find a connection, like a strong romantic connection through a collaborative effort. That's really cool. Listen, this is frog medicine too, okay? Combo, y'all know about combo. This is frog medicine. So there's something here, and it's funny because this is a 3. This is 21. So we were talking about that moon going into the 3rd degree of Gemini, and actually the communication and learning how to listen and not be in your feelings, okay? Not be in your feelings. Be open to other perspectives, all right? So this is about asking and talking to people and getting advice from other people. This is about, you know, listening to others, okay, and listening to experiences, not for the sake of it mending your whatever it is that you're trying to do, but just for the sake of, you know, allowing yourself other perspectives so that you can make a well-rounded decision when the time comes. Okay, allowing, don't internalize other people's perspectives. You listen to perspective to gain pieces, right? To gain pieces of information that'll strengthen or weaken whatever argument it is that you're having with yourself. Okay, but you don't internalize this. You use it to your advantage, and then you release it. Information's coming in. Do you want to take it, or do you want to, you know, be in your ego and act like you don't need to understand, or you don't need to learn, or you don't need to, you know what I mean? All right, so what else do we have? What is the outcome going to be for my beautiful collective this week? What is the outcome going to be for my beautiful collective this week? What is the outcome going to be from beautiful collective this week? And then we're going to be moving into the personals, which I'm super excited. I love y'all. All right, what is the outcome from a beautiful collective going to be? I do see families mending as well for those of you who are stuck in, like, not, oh, that sounded bad. Some of you may be stuck because I said that. For those of you who are in situations with blended families, I do see things finally working out and things finally coming to, like, some kind of settlement or some kind of agreement. There's someone finally puts the sword down and is willing to work. So I think that's great. The Fool comes out again in a separate deck. Okay, holy shit. 2 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. So again, the 4 of Pentacles we know is about resistance, right? So the outcome here is somebody's gonna make a decision regardless of what other people are saying. I get this feeling like some of y'all are gonna be going around collecting information, and not heed any of the advice that you are given. And you're gonna take a leap of faith into something that you feel is soulfully satisfying. Okay, I feel like even though I saw a lot of you listening in and taking in information, y'all are just going to be like, screw it, I'm going for it, and dive into a duality or an emotional satisfaction. I'm gonna get more clarification on that. That's pretty dope. The 7 of Swords, that didn't fall, I'm not gonna take it. Give more clarification on this 2 of Cups. The World, yeah, okay. So in doing this, collective, you actually get what you want. In doing this, right, it's almost like you take that leap of faith despite what everybody else has been saying or the reservations that everybody else has had, and boom, you bring the world to you. You bring the satisfaction to you. I love that. I freaking love that because that matches the astrology. That's the energy, okay? Love it. Yes. Okay, you better bring that world back to you. And this is another 3, another 21. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Okay, I love this. I love this for my beautiful collective. Okay, this is my collective putting on their, like, big girl panties. All right. Everybody's putting on big girl panties. I don't care. I don't care what your gender is. Everybody wearing big girl panties. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get the Starseed message. We're gonna go ahead and get the Starseed message. You know what? Y'all better get this world. Y'all better bring this world to yourself because you deserve it, okay? Y'all better bring it. This past week now, yeah, the full circle clarification, yeah. Because, I mean, we have to talk about the full circle. That Aquarius full moon happening on the 22nd that's 2 full moons in Aquarius. In less than, like, what, 3 months? That's a big deal, right? So whatever cycles you were waiting on are finally, you're going to notice a lot of the things that you have coming up are probably before the 22nd, if you think about it. I know for me, there's so many events that I know are going to finalize or give me answers, and it's all happening before the 22nd of August. I was looking at all my panties and wisely selected. I love you. Yes. Wisely select your panties. You know, the colors you wear matter. We're not going to talk about intentional living, but I say that all the time. The colors you wear matter. You want to feel fierce? Put on some red undies or put on something red. All right, watch you tackle the world. I'm just saying. All right, the initiation, the rite of passage, crossing the thresholds. I feel like we got this last week. The same card. And I'm not surprised if we get it again this week. And it's because, okay, we are in this initiation process. Part of our initiation is learning the patience that we're needing to have while everything is coming up right now, because we're so close. We feel it. We know that what we've manifested is here because we see it. We see the ships. They're right there. I can almost touch them, but I can't. Because there's all this little foo-foo shit in the way. And it's things that your lower self has to take care of. It's things that your lower self, like, has had to make do with in order for your higher self is like, all right, come on now. Like, we're almost here. Come on, we're almost here. You know? And it's like, we're dragging it. We're dragging it. Why? Because it's dependent on external factors now. We're just waiting on these external factors to validate the manifestation that we've created internally and ethereally, right? We got this. We're here. We got this. We got this initiation. We got this rite of passage. We're moving through it. Okay? We're moving through it. And we're going to be on the other side. Regardless of what that looks like, we're going to come to the other side. There's gonna be closure. We'll receive closure. We'll receive justification, and it may not be in the way that we think it's gonna come out to, and we have to be okay with that. And this time period right now is to prepare the skin that you are going to have when these manifestations, or when these justifications, or when these like all of these gifts from the universe start coming in. What skin are you wearing? Right? So, I don't know about y'all, but I want to wear the skin that I have picked up and learned from adapting to my situations. I want to wear the skin that makes me unbothered regardless of whatever outcome, because I know that, the outcome doesn't faze me. It's always working out in my favor. I always figure it out. Regardless what the universe throws at me, I have been shown time and time and again that I'm a freaking beast and I can muster through anything being thrown at me. Okay, why? Because I'm a master manifester. And I manifest whatever I want. And we got to affirm that with ourselves. We got to speak that for ourselves. This is a good time to speak the skin you want to be in. Who are you? Who are you in this new phase? What do you look like to people? What do you look like to yourself? Do you believe the skin you're wearing right now? I have moments where I don't believe in the skin I'm wearing right now. And I have moments where I have to remind myself, this is the skin you wear now. You better own up to that shit. Lower vibrational selves will be trying to pull us out of this new skin because of discomfort. That's unacceptable in the new timeline. We're either here or we're not. We're either doing or we're not. I'm learning valuable lessons, y'all. Listen, I'm not spitting game at you. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I'm here. Alright, let's do some personals. I love y'all. We're gonna do some personals. Let's get out of all this serious gunk, okay? Let's do some personals. The music in the... Y'all, I'm like ready. I'm trying to stay focused, but there's that part of me that's like wanting to just break out, and then... I can't take myself seriously, y'all. Alright, so... Can we dance? Okay, yes. Let's do it. I'm all down for it. We gotta have like a whole dance party. Oh my goodness. Alright, so go ahead and use the questions box below to put in your reading requests. My Cash App, by the way, is Light of She at Cash App. I'm still, going through my little fight with Cash App right now because they're not trying to link up with my business account, and we're having problems. But go ahead. Oh, they just timed my IG. They haven't timed my IG in so long. What is happening? All right, so we're gonna close out here. I'm gonna come back on and do the personal, so you're gonna have to resubmit your questions because the live is apparently ending. I haven't had a live end in like over a year. I don't even know what's happening right now, but anyway, we'll deal with it. I'll come back online. I love y'all. Mwah.